Cool. Oh gosh. Someday I will learn how to stream. What is up, everybody? Okay. I think we're going. I think we're chilling. Nice. So I don't know. I don't really have a plan on what I was gonna do today for streaming wise. I do have a controller here. I just want to hang out and do that. Um, Maybe we can kick off with this. And as we go. This. Nice. Okay. Capturing the right thing. Oh, he's dancing. So, we'll do some Borderlands 2 or 3. I think it's a good game that we can kind of be talking, going through. Last week, it's the camping trip. So I'm happy to get back to streaming today. I had a really good time hanging out with some guys from the area and talking about everything under the sun. I got to complain about the lottery. That was a fun time. Also, if anybody has trouble with the audio, if the audio is too loud, because I think it might be a little bit. I think the gun is louder than me. We'll turn it down a little bit. Make that happen. And I can always continue that rant a little bit. This is like the coldest take. I think this is not even that controversial. But the lottery is just a really messed up concept to me. The idea of like promising people money, and not even promising, but like giving the chance to win money to, you know, escape any difficult situations that they're in by spending more money. The fact that it's run by, at least around me, it's run by the government. Specifically in Washington, we have the Department of Imagination, is what they call it, at least in all the advertising. And there's something a little scummy about that, a little disturbing. What is up, Neil? Thanks for joining. Yeah, and the way that they advertise it is very much along the lines of, you know, we can give you your heart's desires, anything you want. You know, if you have the money, we'll make it work. And yeah, it is it's disturbing. I say as I run over people to collect the biofuel. Where is everybody? There we go. Can you send me one question to ask a stranger? I can do that. I can send you a question. What is the context for having a game show for randos, even? And, like, what type of questions are we looking for? Is this like a trivia question? Oh, we already have enough stuff. Or are we looking for, like how, what do you make of the problem of evil or something like that? I honestly do not know where I'm supposed to be going. Astronav ship around a long way. What else has been going on? It's Easter weekend, which is cool. And been putting some plans together. I think I'm gonna hang out with some family. It's gonna be a good time. It'll be like Jeopardy, but not Jeopardy. Note cards strewn across the table. Miranda will pick a note card, read a question, they will respond. Is there a correct answer for these questions? Or is it just a question? I think this is a... Either way, it's gonna be a fun time. What's up, Bubbly? Nice to see you around. Oh, we leveled up. That's right. I've been going for a build that's a little bit more like crit based. Trying to shoot very often. So we're gonna get some kill skill. Go that way. Any question is fair game. Oh, okay. I will think about it. I'll come up with a good answer. But that's good. That's good guidance on that. But yeah. Oh, I do not want to equip that. Get that off me. So I'm looking forward to some nice Easter time. Oh gosh. There we go. Should probably include the music. We can. These travel so slow. Nice. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's the plan. So no Death Stranding stream tomorrow. Because family time is important. Oh gosh. But there will be a video out tomorrow. Another commentary. Am I done wearing tights or did I just skip this week? I just skipped this week. Sorry, Grim. I found myself eating food with my wife. We had a little date night. But I will show up. The tights are not entirely gone. I guess my character wasn't wearing tights. We've been playing superhero games. Is this a Borderlands? It is a Borderlands. It is a Borderlands 3. I tend to play without any of the character voices on. Especially this game, since, you know, they don't say anything interesting. And so I just kind of go with it. Oh gosh, why is that guy mobile 12? There we go. Questions. I'm still kind of stuck on Ethan's question about questions. How about if you weren't whatever religious conviction you are, what would your second choice be? If it's a choice, you know. So Ethan, if you're still here, that's my question. And they can interpret that however they want. That's how I would do it. Taking the fuel. Nice. Okay. We skip all the cutscenes here. We don't need them. Yeah, what else have I been kind of thinking of? So, there is a video for tomorrow. That's what I was saying before. So look forward to that. I'm writing up a new video. A long one, actually. Keep you all updated. Af, it sounds like... And correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, or Ethan, but it's it sounds like it's an interview, but it's like in the style of a game show. Takia? Takias? Taquerias? I think we have enough to just take him out. Yeah, okay, nice. Okay. I think we're good to go. I'm trying to think of everything I mentioned the last time. I finally have gone through Makoto Fujimura's book. Faith in Art and Faith. It was a good time. It's a good book. I highly recommend it. It got me to think about some of this other stuff I'm planning on writing another video for. The plan is for it to be on Fumie. Generally Silence, because that's kind of a major influence for him, for Fujimura. And along with that, 433, April's favorite music. Favorite song. Both of these look really cool. And then just maybe a little bit about Piss Christ. the infamous photo. I think it's gonna be a fun time, and not controversial at all. And you know, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I've been talking to Bo, who's been on the channel a little bit before about it, and Silence is not a song. Silence is a novel by Endo. 433 is a song though. I actually made a cover of it last night. I was planning on not mentioning that, but you know what? I made a cover, and I'm looking forward to sharing that on the second channel. It's gonna be a really good time. 433. Check it out. Oh, we can do cryo damage now. Nice. We have a skill point. Hey Slack, how's it going? When there are no enemies nearby. So this is like a sniping one. A critical hit reduces cooldown. That's pretty good. And more bonuses. I don't really care about the bonuses, but oh, yeah, I guess it is the afternoon. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, look forward to that. Look forward to my cover of 433. Garth, yes. This is Borderlands 3. A game with very good gameplay. A horrible story. Worst story of almost any game I've played in a long time. But you know, it does have effort put into it, which is something. You don't see that super often. I think I've reserved Death Stranding for Sundays. And so whenever I can get Sunday again after the last two, I'll go back to Death Stranding. But I have a lot of time to talk now because it's going to be a lot of just random nonsense in the background. So I might even just like, while I'm waiting for all of this to happen. I mean, so Borderlands 1 has some good story moments, you know? It has some good comedy. It's very dark. But it's not amazing. Oh, why are they giving me... Why are they giving me that already? But Borderlands 2 has a pretty good story. It's kind of a fun time. But once you play it through like 17 times, you're like, oh, okay, I understand how this story works, and it's not really good. And then Borderlands 3, this is the anecdote I always use, is that when the writers of Borderlands 2 finished with the game and they were watching like the response of the audience, they kept hearing people say that your writing style is very memey, or like it's very meme heavy. And their response was, and I saw this in an interview, and this is why it stuck with me. The writers were like, what's a meme? And so they decided to look up what a meme was, and then started to write into that reading of their style. And it was probably the worst thing that I could possibly do. And they ended up making a story about Twitch streamers like attacking this group. The Borderlands franchise at this point has reached a point where whenever they want to be serious or like have a heartbreaking moment, they can't rely on any normal like ways that would happen. The way that they do it is they just kill a character off. So they make you like a character, or like assume that you do like a character, and then they proceed to just get rid of that character as a method. Okay, so Tannis is just in there. Is Tannis gonna do anything? No? I think she does, but... and it's just, you know, killing off a character does not it's not helpful, you know? Especially if it's always the character that people like. So they've done that, like, with everyone, even the spin-offs have characters that they've killed off, like Scooter. Who was a fan favorite character, but, you know, as a noble sacrifice, they got rid of him. But in the end, it just, you know... It's one of those trades that doesn't give anything. Okay. What? Oh, these are like stuff I dropped in the past. I guess we'll just sell it all and then make a bunch of money and be way overpowered. I think that might be a fun time. We'll do that. And I'll just buy ammo for everything. And backpack space. Yeah, this'll be fine. This is good. Why not? I guess we have so much. We might as well we'll just never run out. Sweet. Yeah, and that's why I I think it's not an amazing game. But it's fun to just shoot things, you know? And that's just how it is. Where is this? Oh, there we go. So we'll probably play through a little bit, and once we do that, we'll stop. We'll probably do a little bit of talking like we normally, or not like we normally did, but we did last time. A little bit more focus, and then, yeah. Chill out. I think that's the plan. Oh. What else? Am I missing anything else? So finish that book. I started Makoto Fujimura's most recent book, Beauty and Silence, about silence. And been having a good time going through that. Jump around here. I'm going the wrong way. Oh, there's stairs. Borderlands 1 was the first game that really drove home that all games were console games now. I can see that. The PC game really did just kind of die. Like, there really aren't that many outside of like indie games that hold on to this like PC first. Just because accessibility, I think, for the most part, like being able to have the average person, you know, be able to play and hop on and do that. But I think that's been slowly shifting for the most part. I think most people are kind of slowly getting back into understanding that having your system controlled by someone else is important, or is problematic. Oh, gosh. Just in terms of UI and menus, do that too. Where's this? This supply closet's down here. Oh, it's open here. Okay. Let me buy stuff. I can see that. I have liked the streamlining of UI for the most part. I think it definitely can get too streamlined. But, you know, there's some games that have really kind of took it and run with it, right? Like, Persona, I think, is up there, of just beautiful UI design that I don't think you would have ever seen on a PC before. You dread the day of Gabe Newell's passing? Yeah. Yes, I agree. There's a few people who are kind of single-handedly holding up gaming as an industry. And Gabe Newell's one of them. Up there too is the Larian boss, Sven Vinka. I don't know how they're going to, you know, again, like you said, Select, like you're saying, like the generational handoff is pretty dire. I just hope there's somebody who is willing to kind of carry that over. But it's not going to be easy. And I don't necessarily trust anybody, especially the people who are kind of next up. I mean, we see, oh, okay. Going to a slot machine. Okay. I don't know if they could handle, you know, not taking advantage of the systems they have right in front of them. Do we have any, there's not anything really to buy. Yeah, hand it off. There we go. Valve has such a flattened hierarchy. I'm concerned one of those vulture capitalist types come in enough employees to take the buyout. Next thing you're going to see Bobby Kotick running the place. Yeah, I mean, the lucky part is, right, there's, from my understanding, like, Steam is mostly run by boomers who are, like, experts in the industry. The worry I have is, like, who's going to be left? Oh, man, I was hoping that was the right room. Like, you know, they have such, I mean, they have almost nobody running the place, right? It's pretty much a skeleton crew that does all the work. Like, they have, like, the, you know, the skilled software developers that kind of go. I don't know if they have any lower level software developers, partially because, you know, they don't really lose anybody, and so they just keep going. And so the worry is, right, that it's going to change very quickly, and it's going to fall apart extremely fast. There's like no sound. Is it because dialogue? I think it's because there's so much dialogue that they just they don't even bother with background sound. Fascinating. I guess I can, because this is gonna just take forever. I'm just gonna switch to this one. Imagine Steam has been run by an AI for the last decade. Is that what you imagine? I think that's If so, I want that AI. Just leave it on to the next an AI to just push everything forward. I mean, sometimes it does feel like the answer should be really easy. Yeah, when you interviewed with them a decade ago, it was about 100 people working on Steam. That's kind of what my understanding is. I had a friend, like a friend of a friend's, who like works at Steam, and he was saying that nothing nothing really ever happens there. Um, I've heard rumors of like several versions of Half-Life 3 that have just never made it out of, you know, quality assurance. And so there's been at least like 3 Half-Life 3s that have just never seen the light of day. And who knows, right? I think they're kind of stuck in this place where it's hard to do anything, because if they do anything, then they could get some bad rep. And you saw that with Artifact, right? Like, people hated Artifact. Like, no one liked Artifact. And, you know, they got away with it because they didn't invest too much into it. But that's kind of been their strategy, is like, focus on these kind of bigger projects with microtransactions. Steam makes them so much money that they just kind of focus on that. And they'll probably just never do Half-Life again if they have the option to. They might, right? And I know there's been rumors lately that Half-Life 3 is supposed to come out, but I just don't see the incentive for them. Like, they win nothing from it, right? The reason why they had a Half-Life Alyx was because they could sell some, like, hardware, but, if they don't have hardware to sell, then does it really add anything? It's okay. It's okay. So, yeah. It's lonely on top. And no one seems to be able to kind of push them any closer out of it. I think the only person I can think of is GOG, which takes its own strategy of doing DRM free games. DRM free. Isn't that weird? Which, is a valiant effort in itself, but you're gonna alienate a lot of publishers by doing that. And I know Steam has kind of already been pushing pushing kind of the limits of that. Yeah, I may have made the mistake of bringing up coasting on by Steam by not doing the game development anymore, which is why I probably didn't end up working there. That's fair. And that's at least what it looks like from the outside. I don't know if that's the internal state, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's actually what's going on the inside, but man, does it feel like that. There's just not a lot going on. I mean, and when they do an announcement, it's like, Gabe Newell's voice in Dota 2 or something. Just maintaining these cash cows that they can just keep on going. Their men and men will want to leave a different legacy. Sometimes I worry about, and this is something I brought up during the camp out, actually, is that when we look at the story of, like, David in the Bible, the way he ends things is he tells his son to get revenge on the people he should have, or that he wants him to get revenge on, right? That he wants his son to finish his business and do his dirty work, and there's a certain aspect of the Godfather kind of cleaning up scene, you know. And sometimes I worry that that's going to be the reaction. That's going to be how a lot of these like beautiful things that we have are closed out, is by people not being able to, people just sabotaging the next person. You know, I don't have a company that's profitable right now in a good way, so I'm going to run it into the ground, and then the next person is going to have to be the bad guy. And that's not good either. Yeah, divesting value is good. I think also, you know, taking time to just have experiments, right? Like, don't focus so much on having to do... Oh, dang it. There we go. On having to do these huge projects that are going to take, like, forever, they're going to cost a lot of money, and even if they do get made, right, they're going to cause problems if they're not good, even if they are profitable. And, it's just a stupid strategy, right? Like, I know it's competitive, but you just gotta, like, hang out and, like, make a small project that's really good and really passionately made. And, like, indie developers have been knowing this for a while. Like, that's just been how they've been able to keep going. Yeah, to a certain extent, Slack. Like, you know, I got what I wanted out of this. I have my legacy, and it's all gonna fall on you now, and you're gonna have to deal with it. I think I hate to be like, hate to be that way, but I think that is honestly the reaction that a lot of people, not reaction, that's what some people do. They don't think about what they leave behind. They care about getting what they can out of whatever they have in front of them. You know? I think that's what a lot of this intergenerational stuff has been lately, is this feeling that the older generation has been kind of doing this for a while. Of saying, you know, like, as long as my quality of life is looking really good, I'm not worried. Yeah, Ozymandias. And so, how do you do it any differently, right? And I think it's easy to say, especially for people who kind of went through it and are willing to kind of make it up, right? To say like, hey, I got, you know, oh no, down here. Yeah. Oh gosh. That's the easiest way, I think. Yeah, we'll do it this way. So it's easy to say for those people, right? But you know, what about the people who, you know, actually did get something good? And, they just take it for granted. How do you instill in those people, like, this is something worthwhile? That's good to leave your children something that is growing, or, you know, it's good to plant trees that you'll never see the fruit of. I think basically our culture isn't built for that. It's not built for an understanding that, you know, there's a legacy going on and there is continuation. There's a long line of people in front of us and behind us that we are responsible for one reason or another. What was that sound? It sounded very, Bioshock. It's interesting. The amount of just talking to people. I'm looking forward to the end game. I have good memories of just this game, like, speed running, but not really, just personally, sitting down and just going through an entire playthrough, having an open lobby and just being able to, you know, have people hop in and jump out whenever. If you're planting trees, you have to do it without making a fuss, or they start asking you uncomfortable questions. Maybe. I think sometimes it's just, like, doing it, too. Like, doing it's hard. It's, like, by definition, it has to be something that's, like, beyond your current capacity. Like, you're not just treading water, and you're not enjoying entirely the fruits of your labor. You're leaving it for someone else. And just being proactive in doing it, right? Ecclesiastes talks about, you know, the fact that there are people who are very rich who will never enjoy the what they have, because, you know, it's all going to be given to someone else in the end. And so it's all going to end up in someone else's hands. But how do you recognize that and then just say, you know what, because of that, I'm going to give it to someone else. Or prepare it for someone else. And it's not as simple as, like, making a trust fund either, right? I think that's also the problem. It's that people think that it's as easy as just, oh, I can give my kids money and it's all gonna work out. It's like, well, it's not it either. It's more than just money. Nice. Get some level 10 stuff. It's not gonna be super. Oh, this is all pretty good though. Let's see if there's anything I can use in here. Nope. Okay. Going for the next level then. Nice. Giving money without giving a purpose for how to use that money is a terrible curse. Yes, indeed. Especially in a world with debt, right? It'd be one thing if you could just spend the money and, you know, lose it all. I know it sucked, but, you know, it would be, it could be a learning lesson. But in a world where debt is so prolific, you know, people spend above their means. And they don't just like ruin their reputation, they ruin any possibility of like trying to recover. At least there is, you know, bankruptcy, but it doesn't apply for everything. Sometimes you're stuck with it for the rest of your life. And that's part of why student loans are crazy. It's because, you know, that can be it. There we go. Nice. I think that's part of why it has to be something more than money, right? It can't just be money. And we kind of get stuck on that. Contact Reese. Here? Here? There we go. Speaking of spending beyond one's means, I finally got my tickets and arrangements to Midwest UA lockdown. I still have not. I still need to get get stuff set up. I've been meaning to get some tickets for all of it. Like I don't have anything lined up yet. Both accommodations and everything else. I honestly need to sit down and just write down everything I need to get done. And then I can kind of chip away at it. Not even just Midwest UA, but just in life. I have stuff I have to... Ooh, you got your leave approves? Congrats, Af. I know that was a big thing. A big obstacle? Obstacle, I guess, is an okay word. Congrats. What a mustache. What a mustache. Oh. Oh, yikes. There we go. I must ask you a question. Oh my gosh. The amount of talking in this game makes you think that they are assuming that I want to listen to any of it. When I first played this game, I was like, oh, you know what? I want to start a new game immediately. Like, I'm looking forward to this. And as soon as I did, I was sad because in the initial version of this game, there was no way to skip cutscenes. You just had to keep going. Okay. See ya, Af. Have a good one. Have a good stream later today. You could do your stream prep here, but, you know. That's fair. One good thing is the sliding. They did add some good sliding to this game. I've not been using it, but... I've also been finding out slowly, and it's been kind of weird, that a lot of my family has been hopping into streams. And you guys might be here, I don't know. That was bizarre to hear. Partially because none of you were in chat, but it was just funny. I'm still working a lot on trying to figure out what's the way to kind of put this all together. How to use this kind of medium to its full potential. And I've seen some people do pretty well, but not quite what I'm looking for either. So it's been a huge kind of background task for me. Like, is it way too distracting to have the game going on? Or is it helpful to kind of break things up? Like a ladder almost. Going back and forth and just kind of letting time through stuff. Letting there be some blank space or, you know, just kind of feeling things out. And sometimes it's like ritual too. Like, how do you incorporate ritual into it? I know some people have, like, they go up and they start their stream and they tell, like, okay, this is what's going on. This, and this. Almost like a show, a TV show or something. I can see that being helpful. Making it very clear what the expectations are. Oh, gosh. I'm dying. Oh, come on. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. There we go. Thank you. Okay. And how much of that is like a limitation of myself, my ability to like articulate and talk. Let's skip a cutscene. And not get distracted, or how much of it is just a distraction. There's a lot to consider, and you know, sometimes it's just me overthinking things, which is quite common. Other times it's just me doing my best job to try to make something the best it can be, while not being sure quite how good at that I am. I'm looking forward to getting this next level, being able to have access to some weapons, some of those legendaries too. Oh, come on, there we go. What in the world is this Borderlands? Oh, it's like a money. Oh, okay. Well, he escaped. That was very, metal slime. But I guess we have way too much money anyway, so it works out. Okay. Sweet. Can I get over here? Get over here. Oh, okay. Got one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nice. By nice, I mean not nice. Oh. Oh. No. Well, that happens. It was fun. Yeah, I feel that slack. I think, there's sometimes I feel like that works, and some other times I feel like it just absolutely does not. And I don't know how to get it right. Like, I think maybe you can talk about your life, you know? I've seen that in the context of board games or video games, being able to say, like, oh yeah, this is what's happening to me, this is some of that stuff. But anything, like, too much deeper, I feel like it's kind of hard to... That lighting's pretty good. I don't know if it would make that much light, but that's kind of fun. Yeah, I don't know how much it gets with, like, deep conversations. Just can be pretty silent. You let the board talk, you know? I have heard of, like trash talk. I've seen a lot of trash talk in chess. Beyond that, I don't know. It's yeah, like you're saying, it stays pretty silent. I think that was it. Nice. You get some weapons. I think the goal is just to get that extra level, and then we'll do our thing. Little pointer. Sweet. Okay. Nice. And now he's doing this. I think we can call it with this game for now. We'll switch over to this. There we go. I'll find an excuse to talk about something, because I can always talk about something. This book is a good book. I don't know how many of you have read Rick Rubin's, not Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin is someone way different. Rick Rubin's The Creative Act, A Way of Being. It's something I've been going through again lately. He has a pretty good audiobook of this. That's where I kind of do a lot of my initial interactions with you know, books, is through audiobooks. Usually ones I can get on Spotify for free, just because I'm a subscriber for free, but I can use my free hours for that. And this is one I actually ended up picking up, and he kind of meditates through art. It's very, you know, it's not a difficult read. It's very simple. But he has a lot of really interesting interactions with you know, creativity and understanding how to kind of give into it to a certain extent. I do think he enters an area of kind of the weird level of art worship kind of stuff, but you know, for the most part, it's a good time. And he starts it out basically by saying, hey, you know, take it or leave it. If something works for you, use it. If something doesn't, don't. And yeah, I've appreciated that. There's a lot of similarity with the TLC-esque stuff going on. I think Rick Rubin is somebody that there should be a little bit more attention paid towards, but you know, it is what it is. You know, not everybody can get all the attention. You know, you have to kind of have some spread and stuff. In other books I've been meaning to read, I've had this sitting around for a while, based off of Neil's recommendation, A Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. I started it. It was a really good time. Plus, look at that man's beard. Yes, we should maybe pull it up. To be honest, we can. Where is Can I do a window capture? I can do a window capture. Okay, let's see if I can get a. We'll see if I can get a second Chrome tab open. This is how we do it. Okay. We'll pull it down. We can capture all of it. I do Rick Rubin. We'll get like a funny picture. Does Google not do like normal stuff anymore? I feel like this has constantly been failing, but you know, just do this. Yeah, there you go. We'll find a different one. We'll find all these seem tiny. There you go. So his stories about just about writing like music and I guess not him writing music, but like, you know, he's basically a creative consultant. Um I was thinking like he's almost like a midwife in some ways, in the ways that he kind of is participating in all that. This is a fun one. Um and then Zen the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, talking about the quality of art, like what makes quality. I am not very far, and I just have not taken my time to kind of sit down and read it fully. But the bit I have read, that's been very good. Neil has some very good streams about that on the Newman Brothers channel. Highly recommend it. I don't know if I have the other stuff here today. I picked up the Book of Common Prayer because I have just a lot of friends and other writers who have been recommending it to me for forever. They'll bring it up all the time, and so you know I might as well have that on my shelf. And then McMo has been having his effect on me, and so I picked up a copy of Kierkegaard today. I can't remember what book it was, but I don't know. Um, we'll see. I think I'm a little afraid of Kierkegaard to the extent that I'm afraid I'll relate to him too much, and that'll cause its own problems. But you know, that's just kind of how it goes, I guess. Um, oh, let's see if there's something here. Here? Yeah. Yeah. And you know, the worst part about ending up like Kierkegaard is you know, you basically get exiled from everybody you love and go that direction. Let's actually, is it coming up soon? So we still have a couple hours before WrestleMania starts. Uh, so we might as well watch. Where is his video? Where is it? There we go. We'll get Sartori's video up. I've been meaning to watch it, and so I'm gonna become a React streamer. Why not?
I'll give him one of those, and I'll choke him like this. All right, I'll choke him like this. I'll give him. Oh yeah. I believe I
don't suppose you have anything to drink. Perhaps a nice port or sherry.
Quit your complaining.
Do I have to?
You can have a beer.
Beer it is, then, I suppose. Thank you. I'll do as
I feel like I missed something, but this is good.
Certainly lacking a bit of sophistication. What are we watching?
Best promo ever. That's what I say.
Well, this is a treat. We get to watch my favorite. Watching your head get caved in with a trash can. Oh, yes. My demise. Captured on video.
That's hilarious.
I think we're going to have to watch that again. This time I'll watch it in slow motion. I don't know why you're forcing me to watch my own suffering over and over again. What is this? Long before San Antonio Sartori was formed within his mother's womb, his destruction was predestined. A vessel of wrath created for destruction shall meet its fate in a collision with the vessel of God's holy vengeance. By sovereign decree, the Calvinist will meet your fate.
Um, I I'm fascinated. He sold me. I'm excited to see. I didn't expect more narrative development to happen before the live stream. So I am curious to see how the conversation cage match goes. Um that was a that was an experience. That was a that was something I did not expect. I've been thinking about what to bring up if the conversation came up. I can't remember what day that conversation is going to be. I'm assuming it's probably going to be Monday, so I might not be able to make it, but I'm excited to see what Sartori has in store for it. I think it's going to be a good time. Yeah, Slack, heel turn of the ages. It's something else. It's something else. Let's pull up. What else do we have around here? It's still broken. I can just keep pulling out books while I'm here. I stole my brother's copy of The Language of Creation and got about halfway until I just got utterly confused. But it's a good one, too. Highly recommend it. Hmm. Well, I don't think I have anything else prepared, so I might just call it for now. Thanks for thanks for swinging by, everybody. Hanging out. Thanks, Grim and Slack and Half. Who else was here? And Garth, Bubbly, and Ethan, and even Neil. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Next week I hope to do some Death Stranding and have a little bit more prepared, but I'm still kind of figuring it out a little bit. But I'm sure I will have lots of thoughts about WrestleMania. Happy Easter, everybody.